The truth is, being a small-time content creator on YouTube and trying to achieve your dreams of making it big on this platform is filled with a lot of challenges. In this video, I want to discuss some of the issues faced when you're starting a YouTube channel, which no one really talks about across this platform. Now, there's no denying that YouTube is such a big opportunity. Hence why I'm also making this video, because I am also trying to achieve my dreams as well. But there's a lot of mental strain that goes into content creation, which I really want to highlight if you're considering taking the plunge into content creation yourself this year. Now, before we dive in, let me give you an introduction to myself to provide some context to this video. So I actually joined YouTube back in 2009. That is a whole 14 years ago, before people such as PewDiePie, KSI, Mr. Beast even knew what YouTube was. So I've been around on YouTube a long time, and I started off at 13 years old, just me and my mates making some stupid comedy videos, trying to be like Smosh, Fred, Ryan Higa, and we were just doing comedy skits. Now this all came to a short end because I had to go through school, start doing exams, go to university, get a job, so the YouTube career was short-lived during that time period. But fast forward to 2022, I decided to make it my mission to try my hand back on YouTube again. My goal in 2022 was to create videos focused on stocks, cryptocurrency, self-development, expensive sports cards, and within the year I produced 150 pieces of content. That consisted of 30 long-form videos and 120 YouTube shorts. And this brings me on to issue number one, which is exhaustion. Now, if you're like me, you probably already work a 9 to 5, and the goal with YouTube is to do it after work 5 to 9. The mental stamina required to work 9 AM to 5 PM staring at your corporate laptop, shut your corporate laptop at 5 PM just to open up your personal laptop and stare at another screen 5 PM to 9 PM is so mentally draining. Trying to come up with an original content idea, script it, plan it, film it, editing it, all while working your 9 to 5 is very tough, and it takes a whole week of your time because you're so limited when it comes to time. Now, don't get me wrong, the first few weeks, maybe the first few months, you've got high motivation, you're fueled up by adrenaline, and you find it fun. It is a good creative process which you're going through, but it gets to a point where your brain can no longer operate on that 100% level all the time. You just become mentally exhausted. You open up your personal laptop, you fire up Microsoft Word, ready to come up with an idea, script it, plan it, and you just stare at the blank page for hours because you are just so mentally drained. You have a mental block, and these mental blocks can have such a significant effect, because if your dedicated scripting day is, let's say, Monday, and you are having a mental block, that's going to have a knock-on effect to your filming and your editing, and next thing you know, there's an internal pressure which keeps building because you're not going to hit, let's say, your weekly upload schedule. Now, let's say you've got your video idea. The second challenge you will face is imposter syndrome, and I have a really great example of this. So earlier in the video, I mentioned I wanted to make videos on stocks and cryptocurrency. Some ideas that I had were top dividend stocks, top index funds, and explaining what certain cryptocurrency coins were. But the truth is, when it comes to these topics, no one cares unless I create a clickbait thumbnail saying this will turn you into a millionaire overnight, and then within the video I just pump false ideas and a whole bunch of fear to make you feel like you're missing out if you don't buy X investment. And this results in me feeling like I can't compete with the content already out there because I'm not willing to sell out. I'm not willing to create fear and spread false information about stocks and cryptocurrency, because the truth is, investing is just boring as hell. But let's forget all of that. Let's imagine you have your video idea, you filmed it, it's looking great, it's exactly what you wanted, and you're going to upload it. Win-win situation. The third challenge which you'll face is demoralisation, if that's even a word. You'll have the perfect video in your eyes. It could probably do with a bit of improvement, but it's a great video. It might be jam-packed with lots of information, it might be funny, it's delivering the message you want to deliver, and it will only get 20 views and a 30% retention rate. Do you know how demoralizing it can be to create content week in and week out? You're sacrificing your evenings to create these videos. You're having no downtime, no rest time. You're trying your best and putting what you can out there, and it's getting 20 views week in, week out. It is so demoralizing, and it will cause your motivation just to slump. Now, in that department, I'm not trying to complain too much because I understand why you get small views as a small content creator, because the truth is, no one wants to listen to you, because why should they? You're not credible at this stage, but it's an important factor to consider when you're making and starting this YouTube journey. It is hard and it can get very demotivating. So those are my 3 challenges to really consider if you're starting YouTube. Now, this isn't me saying don't start YouTube. I still think it's an amazing opportunity, but we need to be open-minded when we start the journey and not listen to all the positives. You need to take into account some of the cons as well. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments or leave the video a like to help a brother out.